everyone, this is Amy at Just Pleased as Punch, and I have a little project to share with you today. This no glue treat box that's made using a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and it's called the no glue box because there is no adhesive whatsoever used on this project. It just kind of folds up. I have filled it with some of the pumpkin spice Hershey Kisses. You could also use other little fall candies or maybe some mini muffins or something like that. You might want to put them in a little cello bag because, as you can see, they are loose in there and they could fall out of the sides, but I did not put them in a cello bag. I thought they'd be okay just like that. Okay, so before we get started, let me show you the stamp set that I used to make this. This is the Thoughtful Branches stamp set. You won't find this in your annual catalog or your holiday catalog. This was a special release stamp set that was supposed to retire August 31st, but because of extra stock that Stampin' Up! Has, it is still available in my online store. It comes with, well, you can purchase it with the coordinating framelits, and I put them in the front on my little magnetic sheet. That's how I usually store my framelits so I don't lose them. And if you purchase them as a bundle, you do save 10%. I love the stamp set. It's really handy. You can make Christmas stuff, Thanksgiving stuff, fall, sympathy card. It's just got like so many cute things in here. It's very versatile. Okay, so we're also going to be using some of the oval framelits, and then ribbon. We've got, what is this called? The burlap ribbon, and I just love this stuff. I've been using that a lot on a lot of projects lately. And then we've got some of the little gold clips. And what else? Our ink that we're going to be using today, soft suede, cherry cobbler, pumpkin pie, and daffodil delight. And I just thought that was a pretty fall palette for this project. Okay, so let's get started. First, you're going to need something to score your cardstock, either your Simply Scored or your Stampin' Trimmer. And I've got a sheet of cherry cobbler cardstock, and we're going to score this on the landscape side at 3/4 of an inch, and then 4.5 inches, 6.5 inches, and 10.25 inches. And then we're going to turn it to the portrait side, and we're going to score it on this side at 2 inches, and then again at 6.5 inches. Okay. So now we're going to need to make a couple of little tick marks. So I've got my ruler, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure over from, we've got these two lines that run down the center of the box. I'm going to start at this line on this side, and I'm going to measure over 1 3/4 inches, and I'm going to put a little tick mark right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on all 4 sides. So 1 3/4 here, and then 1 3/4 here. Okay, so then what we want to do is we're going to make another score line, a diagonal score line, from this corner where these two lines meet down to our little tick mark. So if you put your ruler like so, and you can score using your bone folder, or if you have the Simply Scored tool, either one, just make a score line there. And you're going to do that on all 4 of your little tick marks. Flip that around. And again on this side. There, and then one final tick mark, or I'm sorry, one final score line right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and burnish all these lines. And then on the long side here. And then you need to burnish these lines as well, which is not quite as easy to do. You just kind of have to fold up like that a little bit. Just kind of get them started before you try to put your box together. There we go, like that. Okay, so our box is going to fold up. Like that. And then we just kind of bring the top together. Make sure that your sides are, got to kind of pinch these down in here a little bit. Sometimes you have to finagle this box just a little bit to get it to come together at first. I think the problem is I didn't score that line quite so well there. Okay, I think that'll come together a little bit better. Okay, yeah, so if you just fold it up like that, and then so your little sides, make sure you've got those so that they fold in like that. Okay, and then you just want to take your top piece and just kind of bend it a little bit like that. Okay, so I'm going to take one of my little, should have gotten one of these out at the beginning, one of my little gold clips to just kind of hold this together while we decorate it. Okay, and we'll set that aside for just a minute. Okay, now we're going to do our stamping. I've got a scrap piece of Very Vanilla, and then I've got a small piece of Very Vanilla that measures, this piece measures 2 3/4 by 1 inch. And so we are going to stamp using our soft suede. I'm going to stamp my trees. And then our sentiment towards the left side here, we're going to stamp thank you. There we go. All right. And then for the colors of our leaves or little berries, they look like little berries to me. We are going to start with Cherry Cobbler. And then I'm going to use my Stampin' Scrub and Stampin' Mist in between to clean off my stamp since we're switching colors. So I've got that. I'm just going to wash and dry that really fast. And then I can do my pumpkin pie. Stamp my second tree there with pumpkin pie berries. And I'll clean that off again. And then our third color for our berries is the Daffodil Delight. There we go. Okay, that's all of our stamping that we're going to be doing. Okay, so I've got 2 oval framelits. The first one is the regular oval framelit we're going to be using to cut out the trees. So I'll bring in my Big Shot. And I've got my magnetic platform so we can cut those out easily and it will not move. So I'll run that through. And then we're also going to cut out a scrap piece of crumb cake that I've got using one of the scalloped oval framelits. And just run that through. So now we can start assembling the decoration on the front of our bag. I'm going to put a little bit of snail on this piece and center it on the little scallop there. There we go. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on the back. Okay, so let's grab our box. And I'm going to put this right here in the center, like so. And then I'm just going to take my snips and I'm going to snip a little flagged end on this piece. And then we can put a couple of dimensionals on the back of that. You get to see all my boo-boos on the back of these pieces of cardstock where I was practicing. All right, and then we'll just add that right there. Okay, and now we need our ribbon. Make a little bow to go on the front of our box. All right, there we go. And I'll snip the ends. Get that a little more angled. There we go. And to attach this bow, I used 3 glue dots because the burlap is kind of fuzzy. I really wanted to make sure that it stuck. So I did 3 glue dots on there and just put that on the front of my box. There we go, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this project today. All the measurements will be over on my blog, so come and check it out, and thanks so much for visiting. Have a great day.